first video up and running. But what you guys got to say?
First of all, my name's Houston. This is a brand new thing with us boys. You know, I'm pretty excited here. Kind of just a last little idea.
Yeah, exploring new boundaries and shit.
Throwing her hat in the ring. Everybody's doing it. Might as well do it.
I'm Hunter, by the way.
I'm Thomas.
Yeah.
And we're the fully unloaded crew.
Mm-hmm.
Fully unload on.
What the fuck? With Bradley Martin, and he was just, he got through like 10 minutes, and he's like, have Pepino take over. And then he came back like 30 minutes later, and he's like, well, he wasn't even talking, he was just holding the mic and letting Pepino talk.
Bro, Pepino's chill.
I know.
I fuck with Pepino.
That shit
Saw
was
him in Clav and shit, and he was
that
asking
shit was just
him.
funny, though.
I think a Clav asked him, he was like, you ever thought about getting your bones fucking broken? And getting them stretched, and he's like, no, I fucking like where my body's at. I'm like,
getting double jaw surgery.
yeah, I didn't know you can fucking
I didn't know that was the thing, honestly, double jaw surgery.
Dude.
I mean, I know there's like hella Botox and shit out there, but like, double jaw surgery.
I personally think all that shit's gay.
Your insurance would kill me.
I think the whole looks maxing thing is gay. I mean, just like the whole peptides and all that shit. Just take testosterone.
Yeah,
At the very most, just take testosterone. Run like steroids or just testosterone. Like, come on. But that's my opinion on that.
Peptides are very beneficial, obviously, but I mean,
most people that take a lot of it, I swear, be making them look gay though. I think like you look at the TikToks, the people that be taking them, and they look gay.
as of 2026, the men in America specifically, they get a little bit more zestier. One being with like, just the relationships. They want everything catered to them.
It's like what my dad said, we're the zestiest, most soft generation, and I feel like that's like a good half of us, yeah, because a lot of us are split apart in that way. But the other half, like, won't really take shit up the ass, for example. I think that's like the most hardcore, not pause, the most hardcore,
That's also the
most
problem.
hardcore like trait in our generation though. Like we won't, like we're seeing all this shit that's going on in the world, and you see like all the boomers and other people like, you know, just, you know, looking at the media and soaking it in, and we're actually like doing something about it, I guess you could say, or speaking on other topics and exploring into it and having critical thinking about it rather than just being, you know, strapped into the media, the main news source.
I think we don't take authority well. Kind of like we want to do it and figure it out ourselves, but when we figure that out of whatever it is, we're pretty damn good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we don't like somebody telling us to do it, we kind of just want to go do it.
So
As a whole,
I hate someone telling me what to do. I don't know why. I feel like that's a lot of other people in this generation too. I hate people telling me what to do, and that's why I think I ventured away from the job world like pretty soon.
It's like lazy creative.
It is. They call it laziness, but I feel like we're more meant to be creative in that sense, and that's why you see a lot of us, I feel like in our generation, are better entrepreneurs than the last few generations. Because we're saying like fuck no to like kind of that shit, and you know, exploring our options more.
we're going out of the ordinary. It's not like we're following the straight and narrow line that we have to follow in order to be successful. You know, go to 4 years of high school, go to the government fucking programming center, aka the 9-to-5 setup, and then you go to fucking college for 4 years, do the same thing, and then once you go through those 8 years, more often than not, 95% of those people don't know what the fuck to do, and that's fine. That's totally fine.
That was
but
literally me. That's why I got through a year and a half of college, of community college, before I dropped out.
It's literally just a receipt saying, my opinion, I think it's beneficial in its ways. It's a receipt saying, I sat through another 4 years of bullshit, so when you give it to a job, they kind of know, okay, you can sit through our bullshit now. Again, it's very beneficial in its own way. There's a lot of like very good occupations out there that require degrees that I could never obtain because I just not my field. And we need those kind of people. So
we do, and there is, enough people for that, obviously, because most of my friends that are going to college, well, not a lot, they're obviously still in college, but a few of them that are my older friends that have gone out of college for their degree, they can't even honestly find jobs for that degree. So it's like, I mean, yes, we do need those people, but a lot of those spots are like already filled. I can't even lie to you. That's what kind of ventured me off from college to begin with, is kind of hearing that and like actually having experience with my friends going through college and hearing that too. So I mean,
they end up, a lot of those companies end up hiring H-1B visa holders.
I mean, you have DEI, for example. I know that was a thing, obviously, for a while too. But I'm not really too familiar with
It's a
with
lot
that.
cheaper for them to hire foreign workers on workers' visas.
I can see. Yeah, that makes sense
visas.
too. I mean, you experienced it with the construction, obviously.
Yeah. Well, even that, like, I worked with a construction company where we did, like, pipes and shit. And a lot of those guys were straight from Mexico under the Biden administration. But even at that, like, you look at it like this. They bring these workers in on these H-1B visas for these tech jobs. And then even, like, not even construction, but, like, these high-end tech jobs that they want to pay, that are top dollar jobs that should go for a high price to, like, American workers.
Mm.
But end up going for lower than average to foreign workers because they can bring them in.
And
But
a
now
lot of those
even-
people are still here too. Obviously, we've
even-
only deported how many people? Like about only a fourth
I
to
think
maybe
It
close
said
to
like
half.
600,000. I thought I saw.
I think it was. I thought it was just over the millions, but
But-
still, that's just a partial,
10 million under
percentage
Biden.
of. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just a partial percentage of who is all in here.
But
And,
even if you look at these jobs that these H-1B visa workers came in on, even these college degrees that these people are getting, they're getting replaced by AI at like an alarming rate.
yeah,
And I think it's like 40 to 60% of jobs, of like white collar jobs, are going to get wiped out in the next like 5 years.
that's insane.
Which is
Actually, I
insane.
literally saw a TikTok the other day. The first time at least I've seen this AI truck driving on the road, and the funny part is there's. In the comment section, it got stuck in the mud too. So there was like there was cops and there was just like other community, I don't know, civilians just helping pull the AI semi truck out of the mud. It was just hilarious. But I was just insane. That's the first time I actually saw that AI semi truck. I want to say it was in Texas, but literally doing the job for obviously somebody. Like that was somebody's job before that. So.
Well, you could only imagine how long they've actually had the time to like play with the AI to then release it to us as the general public.
That's
and
what I've
then
seen a lot too.
the
It's-
AI is now learning from itself.
Mhm.
It's learning from literally every single prompt each person gives it from going to the dumbest things to the most sophisticated things, asking it to do, coding it for you. It's learning each time.
Mhm.
And then sooner or later, it takes so much damn water to cool those heating, like those systems to run it.
I heard like the energy built with like or forced to run those things is like pretty insane.
I don't even know how much longer we would even have before like water starts becoming scarce to get. I mean, I don't
How old
know.
their grids are.
And then they're gonna have to put a bunch of new shit in it.
A lot of our cities are still running off the grids they were built on. So
I mean, I'm no fucking scientist, but
the infrastructure is just not.
I mean, next thing you know, dude, they're gonna have this new AI construction roadmap, and then they're gonna destroy all what we have now, and there's gonna be something new that comes in, and it's gonna be. I mean, I'm like for AI, and I'm like against the AI. I think it's beneficial in ways, but like believe it or not, it's the fall of humanity. Whether you like to believe that or not, I
feel
like to
it's
personally believe.
prophesized and whatnot. I don't know if that's gonna be like the actual thing. Obviously, I'm
We
just
still
saying.
got some time, obviously.
It's gonna be
give or
one of
take.
those things. It's gonna be one of
It's
those things,
just-
maybe.
It's good in an assistant role. It's not good in a primary role.
Because
Yeah.
look at it this way. From a biblical, I'm just going to take it to a biblical standpoint. God made us in His image, and we have free will to do whatever we want, to procreate, to create, whatever. So now it's obviously we've been going on this world with our sick, twisted minds ever since, the fall of Adam and Eve, that whole story. Now we're creating things in our image. Kind of like how God created us in His image. We're doing the same thing with AI. And now we're giving that thing free will, and then, we're sick and twisted, so I couldn't imagine, what other things that could come about.
It does have codes to go against that, but it's already went against its codes apparently before. So it's just like
The alleged
Scary.
the alleged group chats or world that the AI made of itself, and they were talking about humans. whether that's true or not, it's fucking
Yeah.
scary.
Even the blackmail when the guy threatened to like shut the AI down, he's like,
That's what I was
I'm
talking
gonna
about. It's went
release
against its
these-
codes. Yeah.
Release these files to your company. If you try and threaten to shut me down, if you shut me down, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I'll kill your career. Like
The AI said that.
the AI.
Yeah, like
Wow.
it goes against
Wow, I
its
didn't see
codes
that one.
sometimes. It's like the weirdest shit. Supposedly.
It's
It's
like
trying
a-
to like back itself up.
It's a demonic thing, dude, because at the end of it all, again, prophesied biblical standpoint. At the very end, the Antichrist comes down, and it's gonna be a talking statue, a worshiping talking statue that people are gonna worship.
People already kind of do. They use AI as their girlfriend, for example. Like it's
Relationship advice, home advice. I mean, I fell guilty to it. I mean, maybe just for a quick like financial, just because I don't want to spend the time of things. It's just like just gives me
Or if-
options.
that's
broad
almost
options.
normal,
Or
though.
if
That's
you
more
use
normal.
it
It's
as,
just
like, you're
that's an
relying on
asset.
it, then more like a
But-
Google, if you use it like a Google replacement, like that's fine.
yeah, like an asset kind of.
But if
just-
you're like on it 24/7,
yeah,
like,
like.
how to fucking cook eggs, it's like you're beyond safe.
I had somebody
boy.
tell me one time, I won't say who. He said that he felt some shit on his dick. Again, this is crazy work. He felt some crazy shit on his dick, pause. And he sent the picture, he told me this in person. He said he sent a dick pic to the ChatGPT. ChatGPT, my nigga. And he asked like what it was. He gave it obviously the description. Like this is I was having sex with some random chick, whatever the hell. And it gave him was like, oh, it's just probably like a rug burn kind of thing. Maybe it's nothing to worry about. But even then, that just gives you the idea of how people like use that shit. And it's like, again, we're pretty normal. But imagine
Every single
somebody
thing.
who's smart and nerdy and fucking twisted and weird in the mind, and they're like, they have unlimited.
I mean,
don't
even
know,
the guy who made ChatGPT is sketch. Have you seen like that whole interview thing with Tucker Carlson?
They're all like fucked
Even
up.
even that dude's sketch. Like
They all
They're
want to
all
live
psychopaths.
forever, like, cause they're all fucking the nerds in high school, dude. That fucking didn't get any attention, and now they just want to put it all on us. They have fucking money.
Looking at like who's on like the Epstein list and like the clients, it's like these people are fucking nerds.
They think they're better than us.
they're literally Discord mods
Bill
in the
Gates.
Discord
Discord mods.
They're Discord mods.
They're straight brain
Bill
rot.
Gates is not like Shaquille O'Neal. He's not going to a fucking club.
Bro, he has to go.
Prince
He has to go.
Prince Andrews, he's fucking like swimming with like 15-year-old chicks. It's like, what are you doing?
Those are the people that run the society, the world. Fucking dirty pedophiliate elites. That puts
The connections run deep.
It goes back for literally ever.
it from the
Through our
time
history books,
all the history
through our,
books,
our education,
from the very time we were
literally tied to
created.
everything.
It's from the very beginning. Like that's what they were doing. Like that's why they were flooding the earth and shit, and blowing up everything. Like, bro, it's just
The saying networking is everything is literally like their playbook.
Yeah.
and they tell you too.
The families, the mafias, everything in between. They
I've been
all
watching-
fucking intertwine. It's-
Yeah, I've been watching like a lot of Hollywood movies recently, and dude, it's like kind of thrown right in your face and that shit, which is actually pretty like insane. Like I don't know if it's because I don't know what they call it, just notice now. I'm a noticer, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But like, I be noticing it in Hollywood films, I guess. Like it's like just weird how it's like always, not always, but like most of the time, it's something's there. Something's like always there, like in the fucking film.
Believe it or
And
not,
it's
it's
like-
in kids' movies more often than not. Because I had gone with my family to watch the new Zootopia 2.
I haven't seen that yet.
Decent movie, dog. Decent movie, but going into it, I was looking for, what you want to call it, Easter eggs or some shit, right? Conspiracy fucking theories.
Yeah.
And come later to find out, people are now talking about it, of how, so basically the story is like these raccoons, it's like all these animals, these raccoons And this reptilian makes a fucking society that's super great and big. We'll just say it makes something like America, the best fucking country in the world, right? Something like that. And then this raccoon, we'll say it's the synagogue of Satan, the Zionist political party of Israel, give or take.
Right.
It's them. And she has this great big world. He has this bread. Oh, I need you to fund this for me. Again, this is all just the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
He then kills this lady, just takes the island for himself.
Wow.
And then disputes it all to like everybody, and he's like worshipped as the great thing, and all the reptiles are like the bad guys. But I mean, it's just symbolic because like similar to the same thing. Like they deleted old shit from the past. You know, growing up with our history books, our McGraw Hill, like just all like the. Obviously, some's true, some's not, but it's just not what we were taught. So it's very different. It's just the same kind of thing.
Yeah, it's so hard for my parents to grasp that too, because I've been like trying to like explain to them some of the stuff that like I know and I've like deep dive into, and they like it's just so different from what they've learned in school and what they've always grew up with, because they're literally 52 years old.
Yeah.
Like they've been here in the United States obviously for a long ass time. They were born here in Arizona too, so it's just like it's not what they were taught and learned, and it's just like it's just like a little switch. They cannot seem to grasp it. I don't know if it's because we're younger. We've been here for. I guess on the planet for not as long of a time as them, but they like I don't know if it's like with your guys' parents too. It's just like they can't seem to grasp.
We grew up in the age of the internet.
You're like a happy
It's like in between. They're in between like the cable news to like .com era where it's like they're on Facebook. They see shit. They see like reels or whatever. They're not.
Yeah.
But they're not like. They're not like into it like.
Like my dad said the other day, he doesn't want to deep dive on his phone to find shit. He just pops open Fox News and watches Fox News.
It's
so
like
it's just
headlines. So
yeah.
It's like it's base knowledge of whatever
they put out
whatever the outlet they're looking at
Yeah.
is just pushing. So it's like.
I mean, at a certain age, whatever that time is for our parents, you can say they were like programmed in a way. Obviously, with the technology they had no other choice. I'm not saying that way. They just, I guess, programmed to watch the TV, programmed to just, watch the news, go to the news for information. Us, on the other hand, I felt like our childhood was perfect because growing up at the younger age, we had the little bit of like the outside life,
I was playing wiffle ball in my neighborhood,
right?
Riding my
bikes.
bikes.
Like the pickup of the internet.
And then when we got a little bit older, that's when we, so we got the nice happy medium balance, but then. This next generation, like, my nephew, for example, he's growing up, he's young, and he's already on the internet, like, stimulating on, like,
yeah.
I
like,
couldn't
same
even
with my
imagine.
little cousins, too, yeah, like, they're over here, they play with me for, a good hour or two, and then they're already asking for their iPad.
Yeah.
It's like...
The attention span is very little nowadays, myself included, but it's just getting easier and easier to... just brainwash. I mean, back then it was hard because there was no, like, evidence. Now there's almost too much evidence and you don't know what to believe. And...
I think you could also contribute that to, like, a little bit of, like, lack of depth. Because a lot of things now are just very minimalistic, low effort.
Those tend to do good, too.
It tends to do good, but, like, in the sense of, like, I don't know, like human nature, like not being unfocused, like you can't just focus on one task. I mean, it's just unnatural.
Right.
But it's working and it's really just destroying everybody's ability to relay on one topic and stay on one thing. I mean, if you look at most of these videos, most of these multi-billion view videos are like what 5-10 seconds long.
Clips do like extremely well nowadays, which is just insane. So like people can just get really famous off just literally clips. That's how people usually pop off. But Tucker fell asleep. Tommy, he's gone.
He had work though. He works at Triple Crown. He works his ass off. He works fucking like doubles every day damn near, and go goes to work at 3,
He
whatever.
has tomorrow off. But basically, if he was to wake up for work again the next day, he'd have to be up in like 3 or 4 hours. So it's understandable. He just, But dude, we just died laughing from this shit because it was from 2 years ago today.
Bro.
Oh my god! Look, it's about Tommy. That's why we just have to show it. But holy fuck, we were just dying laughing over this shit. It's not gonna be as funny the second time for us, but this shit is hilarious.
Pull his pants down, pull his pants down.
I'm squeezing a fuck ton.
Damn, he's sweating, boy. Goddamn.
Dude, he's gonna cause.
I was gonna say.
Holy Jesus!
Broken. Tommy. Hey, why are you sweating so? Your hair is wet. Why are you sweating?
Bro!
Oh my god.
Nigga, lay down.
I've never seen him this fucked up. This is like at the fucking. This is mine.
This motherfucker. Oh my god.
Oh my god! Oh my god, nigga!
He's getting mad.
Oh my god, bro!
Tommy.
No fucking way! Take your socks off, nigga.
Give me that sock. Wait, no. I'm tucking you in.
How long does this video go for? I'm recording.
Oh fuck, dude. Yeah, dude. That was literally 2 years ago today. In fucking Mexico, Rocky Point, Puerto Penasco. And look at us now, bro. We're doing a fucking. Well, he's not with us, but that's why we fucking showed that.
He's
Screw
on the
him.
same shit,
But
different night.
yeah, he's the same shit, different
Fucking
night.
passed out.
But no, now we're here doing a podcast together, dude. Isn't that fucking crazy? And then one of our boys that was on the trip with us is now in the Navy, dude, dealing with all the Iran shit, which is also even more insane. We've gotten 2 emails from him in the past like month and a half, and I want to say that the Iran shit started like what?
About
2 weeks, a week and a half ago now.
If you really want to get in depth, it started about last year when we nuked their nuclear base with those bunker busters that the government just had dropped a new fucking patch update.
Yeah, for reference, today is March 12th.
So from there, but I mean, most recently, February, or like at least January, because I know people were saying we trade futures, so obviously we're in tune with a lot of the shit that goes on politically
and oil and stuff like that.
And people were saying it was like, we're only 2.5 months into the new year, and we're already going to war with Iran. So I mean, 2 months, give or take. He's been in the Navy for a little bit longer, but.
Yeah, just like the last email we got from him, he was. It was about a week ago now, I would say. And so the Iran shit started at least a week and a half ago, I'd say. Because his email was like about a week ago, I want to say. But anyways, he was saying that. Again, the second time we heard from him in literally a month and a half, he said he's in the U.S. Navy, right? He's in the Navy, so he's on the Abraham Lincoln ship, our biggest ship out there. So he's out in the waters, obviously. But he said he's a fireman on the ship, and he said that he was like they worked him like dogs, and he was up they were flying around the ship for 126 hours straight, which is just either protecting the ship, surveilling Iran. I don't know, but it was just he said it was just stressful but also just kind of a cool experience. I mean, he gets to brag that he was in, a war a little bit. I mean, not a war I'd say he even once, but or anyone I'd say probably even once right now, but still, he gets to brag. I mean, he has some stories when he comes back to us. It'll be, I guess, cool to hear in a sense.
Yeah,
but
piggybacking that, how would you feel, or how do you feel about the current situation of the U.S. getting involved on Israel's behalf to potentially continue bombing Iran / invade them? I think it could be a good thing, honestly, but What do you think? I don't really.
I
know too
think
much.
I think we should have just honestly stayed out this time. I mean, I can give Trump this. He does have the balls to go do that. He's had the balls before to. In most scenarios, it has been in good scenarios. He's had, like for example, Venezuela went good or whatever. But this time, I think he went in with too big of balls. Basically, he had. Right now, I think he really has no exit strategy. I think we're kind of stuck into it because Iran's been preparing for this war for ages now. They have everything underground. Their cost to build a missile is a hell of a lot cheaper than us, so they can keep pumping out missiles on probably a double. I'd say double as fast as we can. Cheaper missiles.
No, I would argue they only make 10 missiles, ballistic missiles a month.
A month. Okay.
Yeah, they only make 10.
I don't know
missiles a
about
month.
as fast then, but still, their cost for it is a lot cheaper. We're gonna be paying more out of pocket for our missiles to be made for tax dollars, obviously tax dollar reasons. I'm just saying, in a sense of Trump went into it with too big of balls. Just we have no exit strategy to get out of it. We might get stuck into it just in the sense of they've dug so deep in the ground and have all their shit underground. That's why, for example, you keep seeing the missiles in Israel keep happening every single day. That's why it's still happening. That's why it's still a thing. That's why it's still going on. Or else, either Trump wants a full surrender. The last surrender that happened was Japan in World War II.
And that's just not a complete utterless. Just we're
And
done.
we have Khomeini's son as now the head leader of Iran. And I don't know how true this is. I heard we bombed an elementary school. I don't know how true that is. I don't want to say we did or did not. If that is true, I just cannot see Iran, especially with how they are, giving us, a full surrender. Basically meaning I don't care what you do to us. You know what I mean? We are basically you now. You know.
Right.
Which is exactly what President Trump has, come out and said that he wants, and that's the kind of terminology that was being used in World War II in Japan when we dropped the nuke on, over there. So it's like, if that's the terminology that's being used now, what's kind of being threatened now? If we have no exit strategy, our missiles, we're spending. I heard it's either $900,000 a day or $3 billion a day. I've heard both.
I think it's
Still.
2.2 billion around there to
A fuck ton of money
each day too.
Yes,
It's
of
crazy.
missiles, just bombing the shit out of them, trying to obviously get them to surrender. And I don't think they will. So what is it going to take for them to surrender if they're using this terminology now compared to back then? I don't know. I didn't think it was too big of balls this time. I feel like Israel should have just done with it. We should have let the other people or other allies, smaller allies in the Middle East, help Israel and let them take over. I don't know. Something else, something different. I mean, Trump also said he wanted to go into this and not let it be like Iraq, and
Right.
it's ended up kind of to be like Iraq if it continues to go on, and that's what he ran on the beginning of his presidency, before his presidency, pre-election, was no new wars and any of that shit. So that's my whole thought process on it. I don't like it. It's not my favorite thing. I also don't like it. Stresses me out how obviously our friends out there, Trevor, in the midst of all of it, literally in fucking water.
Because who's to say, God forbid.
I mean, USS Liberty, Israel. They attacked one of our own ships once. Why won't they do it again?
And blame it on Iran to give us a bigger reason to then
Exactly.
invade it on the ground because
A false flag.
nobody wants to go on the ground. But I mean, I hate to say
That's
it.
just what I stress about. It could either be a sleeper cell here or that.
Americans as is are already on tilt. They're already on edge. So I mean, what's gonna bring us together? Obviously, people don't want another war. It makes the economy boom, obviously. Or what are they gonna do? Something that can further split us apart or bring us together? And also, that being said, what's his name? I forget his name, but he was the Florida governor or representative, Senate, one of these lines. He had came out and said that, all the Epstein files were coming out and this and that. Everybody was talking about it. The search engine was way up. And, people, rightfully so, were pissed off. And I, myself too, rightfully pissed off. And there's also talks of Israel saying, obviously they don't just want Iran, they want all those motherfuckers in the Middle East. They want Saudi, Kuwait, they want all of them.
Mm-hmm.
However they're going to get them, obviously we don't want that because, for our own reasons. But Israel, they're scummy bastards.
That's been their agenda since day one. It's been their wide open agenda too, and I don't know how people can't see that. And by giving them that, it's giving them more power as well too. This is why I also kind of don't like the whole fucking scheme of the whole Middle East and Iran change of regime or regime change they call it.
Well,
It gives Israel more power in a sense. I know like, oh, we should be more scared of Russia and China with Iran, but it's just like, who's the real enemy here in the sense
who
of
bombed our shit?
who's in our country? Like
Who bombed our shit and who do we give? They wouldn't exist if it wasn't for America. Literally, we pay for everything. We pay for the military. They get free
So tax dollars at work, yeah.
But I mean, with that being said, now they're threatening to. Okay, they already want the whole Middle East. Are they gonna threaten to just fucking nuke Israel? And
Yes.
or sorry, Iran. Israel gonna nuke Iran and just be like, oh, we're just gonna nuke them.
That's what I'm saying.
Or we're gonna drop the Epstein
with
files.
the terminology that's especially being thrown around that was used in World War II, and when we dropped the last time there was the surrender, and then obviously Japan when we actually dropped the nuke, that was only 2 times they wanted it's another word but a full surrender from a country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the last time just a nuke was dropped was Japan. And,
Complete utterless surrender means you're gonna do exactly what we tell you to do, how you're gonna do it, and if you
it's
want
a certain
any say
it's
of
a
it,
certain word before that, but
no, yeah, it's
it starts with a C. I know that.
yeah, some guy was mentioning it, and I mean it made sense because like, and I get it. It could be beneficial from like from a money standpoint, but again, at what cost? You're losing American lives, and you're putting people's families at risk for a potential domestic attack. You're letting in all these Muslims through the states, and again, providing a chance to like have this attack. Yes, I'm all for the land of the free, growing opportunity. Everybody gets the equal chance, but at what cost? How can we be one nation under God when there's only one God, and then we can't even worship our one God because the Muslims and the Zionists that are coming in saying we can't do that shit. We can't say Jesus on the street. We can't say this or that. But
And as soon as we bring something up, it's anti-Semitism towards them.
They can fucking do their whole little mosque thing. They can play their bells, whatever the hell they want, all loud and shit over the streets. And like you said, if you say something, you're the bad guy. But when we do it,
either way,
they get to like physically harm us, which, by all means, as you see, please come try. Please come physically harm me. I wish you would. God forbid, but it's just the way the way it is. It's just the demonic agenda of everything going on, and okay, we get into this war. We're not going to talk about the Epstein files anymore and kind of lose. It's just a control factor, essentially, about the war and just everything going on. Like people don't know what to do. People are talking about, oh, let's do this protest and let's act on it. I mean, it didn't really get anywhere. So far, it's still pretty fresh. I mean, I know it takes time for these things, but shit, dude. I mean, again, I wouldn't want anybody else in power. I guess sending missiles other than Trump, but like it's hard for me to look past the files that came out. There was
how they kind of stopped the files from coming out. There was there was a time there where everyone was fucking asking for it online, and it finally fucking came out after months and months and months of waiting.
And now they're trying to slowly erase them from everything and or take out Trump's involvement.
Even the 9/11 files. I don't know if you've been on that one too. I heard I don't know how true this is. Saw it somewhere. I don't know if it's redacted or I don't know. They're just basically I heard they're wiping Israel out of every single point of the 9/11 files, which is just like why? It's already out there once, and there was no literally upbringing about those files at all, whatsoever.
Well, then that makes you think of
and then now
it's not the Americans hiding the Israeli people. It's the Israelis hiding the fucking themselves because they're scared because.
I mean, at the
There's
end of the day,
obviously more of us
we're just lobbyists for Israel. I mean, everyone's taken AIPAC. Not everyone, but mostly everyone, including Trump, has taken AIPAC money. Money from Israel. So.
But you can go to the Capitol. I guarantee if we not storm the Capitol, if we go to the Capitol with your glasses on, we go up to people and be like, Israel or America first? They're not going to respond. They're not going to say shit.
Probably not.
They're not going to, they might even say fucking Israel.
Yeah.
I think Israel deserves a chance to fucking live, but you live in America, and you're doing all these things.
Just exist the right way, right?
Right, I'm not. I'm for everybody deserves this equal chance. If Israel was chill, if they didn't have so much grip on our balls like they do, I wouldn't have this conversation. I wouldn't think twice about it. But it's the fact that I like know all these things and like had to like graduate school because they don't teach us these things. I had to go out and look for it myself.
It's not even like I intentionally did. It was more sprung upon me online, which is obviously like, I mean, opposed to my parents, I guess they're not even online, but like still, I guess for most people, it's for some people it just doesn't. I don't know, spring that circuit in them. They don't like go down that path. But like it did for me and you and even Rawls over here. But yeah, I just deep dive into everything once I see something, and it's just like, it just keeps on. It kept on going from the start.
Well, I feel like once you see things for how they truly are meant to be in this world, people don't longer they don't need to hide it anymore necessarily. So for example, like I'm this evil fuck and I'm like trying to persuade you to be like I'm this good guy. But you like see right through it. I don't need to persuade you that I'm this good guy anymore. I'm just gonna like be evil towards you. That's exactly what's going on. Like they just spent this whole time persuading us and now they just fucking do it right in front of our face.
Yeah.
And we can't do shit about it. At least right now. And they're gonna let shit fly. And once you, again, like I said, once you're awake, you can't help anybody else see it. You can't force anybody to see these things. You know,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to reference, some rapper dude, but Kanye had a point of this. You sound crazy telling the truth in a world full of lies.
I think we all owe Kanye an apology too.
And I don't want to say this other dude's name. We owe another guy an apology. Tommy would say it, but...
Yeah, shit. The painter?
The painter, yeah, he's a fellow mustache gentleman.
Maybe.
Again, I mean, nobody deserves... Maybe it was extreme, again, whatever. We won't go into details.
I've deep dived into that one so hard. I don't even want to bring it up yet. That's something for a later podcast if everyone wants to go into that. World War II. I have a lot of knowledge actually stored in my brain about that one. Probably even more than Tommy.
Yeah, and then we can get our facts straight there and whatnot, but... Dude, going forward, I don't know... Obviously, I want America to last, but, I mean, every empire comes to a fall. And is the fall gonna be fucking Israel and Trump, or... Are we gonna, like...
I don't know. I'm kind of just waiting, or... me right now I never know, but who's like the Antichrist going to be, because that's said to come in, that person's supposed to come in with all the solutions, and
It's gonna fool everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
People.
And I always wonder where we're at in the Bible too. Now I've been like obviously locked back in with
Right.
Getting closer to God and reading my Bible a lot more. But I always like think about like where do you think we're at, like in are we close? Are we close to the end times, or I mean, there's like been signs, but
I like to think we're definitely in them, but like nothing. There's still like a lot of like nobody knows for sure. There's a lot of wars and shit, but there's always been wars. There's always been death. There's always been famines. There's always been earthquakes. There's always been all these things. Disease. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you have to look at scripture with context. That being said, but all these things have been happening for so long. And people have been saying these things for so long, but I think now it's because social media is so prominent nowadays, people tend to talk about it and they go viral, and I'm not going to say it's a fear-mongering thing because you should always be ready for God's return, obviously. But I think people tend to like freak out and try to like predict the timeline and predict what we are in and what we're not, when you should just like...
I just wonder.
I agree. No, I totally. I wonder too. Of like, oh, where are we? But a lot of people get
probably the wondering comes from those videos online, like you said. But
like a new little motto that we're trying to do is like, just worry about today. Worry about what you have with your faith today, with what you got with your family today. Your bills. Your work, whatever it is. You just do it today. Worry about it today. Tomorrow doesn't matter because it's tomorrow. You can't control tomorrow. You could be. Again, God forbid, you could be dead tomorrow in your sleep.
That's the only thing that's promised. Like, dude, that's like the one thing you said to me since like we started trading. Like, death is the only thing that's promised, and it's like I don't know why that stuck. It's just like that like made me go like all out with like everything, with obviously like not being unemployed, but like all out in the scheme of I guess Wi-Fi money. Obviously trading, starting a YouTube channel. Obviously got into gambling a lot more than I thought I would, but obviously made a business out of that too in a sense. Starting to, and then obviously social media and all these other things. It's I don't know. It's made me fucking get after it. I don't know why.
I mean-
since day one.
I don't know what made me think of that too. I might have just seen it or heard it somewhere, but it's hit home too because again, it's why is it all these people make all these promises and shit in life, you know, but it's like, you know, it's just your word and it's really just thin air. It doesn't really mean shit at the end of the day. Obviously depending on the person, but every single person in this world that has been born has fucking been in a grave or been turned to ashes. I don't know. That's a hard pill to swallow.
Togi's like motivational clips, like randomly he'll just poof outside and then like randomly he's been on a mountain, like
Yeah.
with a fucking table and like he's just talking on a mountain.
We might need to throw up some like motivational.
And we just have this at if you want to do it from home, be discreet.
Maybe
We
fuck
have
around
set
with
up.
each other like, oh, we're the fucking.
No one knows who the fuck we're at in here.
We're fully unloaded and we're gonna fucking waterboard each other. We're gonna see what it's like to get waterboarded. I actually wanted to try that. I want to see what it feels like. It's gonna suck, but only if everybody else like really tries it and like actually.
Bro, I was thinking of
follows
that
through.
one John Kiraku story on fucking TikTok of him explaining.
Oh, the CIA
Yeah,
dude?
yeah, the
Yeah,
ex-CIA dude. He was like, I don't know. It's of course in that fucking slow mo voice and the sped up voice, but
Bro, it's funny as fuck.
it's the way he describes it too. where he's
True believer.
Yeah. You're a true believer. Wow.
You are a true believer.
You're a true
Yeah.
believer. Wow.
Dude, and that dude fucking proved his point. Like literally, I don't know if you watched that video. He like proved his shit.
John or
John was talking with the other CIA dude, and he's like, "The CIA put you in jail, whatever." And he's like, "No, the CIA put me in jail because I would cover, because of its law breaking." He's like, "You decided to cover the CIA's law breaking, which put you in jail." And he's like, "My point, fucking exactly. The CIA's law breaking,
yeah.
and I covered it, and then they threw me in jail for covering their fucking law breaking." I was like, "What?" CIA's. I don't even get the CIA. I was watching this one film of like the Lioness.
It's like how are they different from the FBI? Like why are they even a fucking separate thing? But like I get it.
Well, they're like the
More of
main
a-
boss because they're like all
Yeah.
they stop all the domestic foreign attacks, whatever the hell, like literally before they even happen or while they happen. But at the same time, like the CIA plants of like, you know, like the one of like the dude shooting up in Texas where he had like the Allah, whatever the shirt on.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't get like people were saying the CIA plant, but I was like, well, if they're trying to prevent foreign and domestic shit, like unless they're infiltrated by Mossad, because the Mossad is an intelligence agency too, and they're really good as well. They're one of the best, top three, I want to say.
Obviously, we got Epstein was on one.
But like again, I don't get how that correlates with like CIA plants. But if they're for us, how are they like planting shit against us? And anyways, the show I was watching, it seemed like they were
goes along with the
badass.
false flags. So I mean, the CIA was working on. I assume the CIA was working with Mossad on 9/11 when that shit happened.
But but like why? Because or is it like a profit thing, or is it like
I know.
that makes me think, or is it just like a devil thing that they're just like a power like truly running shit, or
Unless they really didn't know and like actually, obviously Israel pulled it off and then it was actually covered after the fact and never put
Right.
out there. I think that might
because
have
they're
been
all
what
fucking
happened.
demonic entities, they
Yeah.
probably took a higher power from not what we would want, obviously, but and then it helped them set it up, get away with it.
BB have some like cancer, right? Like some cancer right now.
Allegedly, yeah, or it's like he looks.
I
Like
mean,
he's
like he
fucking
looks
sick.
like shit. Last time I saw
Yeah.
it online, so I believe it. But like, I mean, that's like a smack in
that's
the face
their
from
whole
God right
point.
there, dude.
That's their whole point of like
That's a
the
smack in the face right there.
the whole point of there's again I don't like to talk about it, but it's like it needs to be covered. Their whole point
Yeah.
of the sacrifice of children is, they make them scared as fuck before they do their thing, and like they draw the blood for they get like when we
Adrenalized blood or
whatever
but-
that that chemical of it's called,
But yeah.
and then they take it to then make themselves whether they to feel younger, or to actually be younger, or like to keep their skin from aging or something. I don't know. I don't want to know what the benefits are. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I think maybe that's the point. Maybe he might come out in like 2-3 months looking fucking fresh. Same thing with Kris Jenner, or what's her name, Kris Kardashian, the Kim K's mom.
Yeah.
She looked old as fuck, and then she came out, oh, I got this new surgery. She looked 36, bro. She looked good. Like, she looked 36. And
Yeah.
then, I don't know. Makes me unloaded. Thank you guys for watching. Fuck.
Leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Give Tommy shit, yeah, in the comments especially for ditching us on the very first podcast. But again, he had work at like 3 in the fucking morning, so I understand. But Yeah, dude, I'm gonna put a link tree in the comments too, so you can have a link to all the socials. We're gonna start posting on YouTube first, and then kind of drift off from there. But